Hello, and welcome to Storytime with Pap-Pap. Today's story is Curious George Takes a Trip. Winter was long, cold and snowy in the big city. George and the man with the yellow hat were lucky. They were going on vacation. The suitcases were ready, the tickets were ready. George and his friend went to bed early. Everything was set. Except the alarm clock. "George, we overslept," the man cried. George and his friend dressed. They dashed off to the airport. "Hawaii, here we come," the man said. George was excited. He'd never been on an aeroplane before. The man put the suitcases on a cart at the airport. "This will make them easier to carry," he said. They rushed to check in. George climbed on top of the cart to see over the ticket counter. "Here's a gift for you," the ticket clerk said. She gave George a toy plane, his first aeroplane. George liked the airport already. He flew his plane. It landed on a red suitcase. "Bad news," the man said. "Our plane is late because of a big storm. We have to sit and wait." George did not mind waiting. He had a brand new toy. But when George looked, the toy was gone. The suitcase was gone. Then George heard a beeping sound. A motor cart drove by. The red suitcase sat on top. George ran after it. The suitcase went faster. George got on the moving sidewalk, but he was going the wrong way. George heard a new noise. Bags were moving on a long belt. George spotted the red suitcase. It was getting away. George followed it. He looked inside the suitcase. No toy plane here. Where should he look next? Finally, the plane was ready. But where was George? "I can't board the plane," the man said. "I lost my monkey." "You mean George?" the flight attendant asked. She pointed at the plane. George waved. He was on board already. George and the man walked to their seats. A nice woman stopped them. "There you are. Did you lose this?" she said. She gave George his toy plane. That airport was a fun place. There were so many different ways to get around. Maybe it was even better than vacation. The end. That's all from Storytime with Pap-Pap for today. I'll see you all tomorrow.